White woman steals. Black CEO's seat. He grounds the airline 5 minutes later. You need to move. That's not your seat. He didn't argue. He didn't raise his voice. He just stood up and walked away. She sat down, smug and unbothered, until the pilot's voice changed everything. Due to an operational issue, this flight will not be taking off. That issue was the man she just dismissed, a black CEO, a silent decision, a grounded airline. This isn't just a flight delay. It's a story of quiet power and loud prejudice. Welcome, story lovers. From where are you watching? Hit the like button and drop your city name in the comments so we can see how far our story travels. Miles Carter wasn't just another traveler in first class. He was the founder and CEO of one of the fastest-growing tech companies in the world. That morning, dressed in a simple hoodie and jeans, he boarded Flight 842 for a business deal that could shift an entire industry. The airport was buzzing, the usual morning chaos. But Miles, quiet and observant, moved with calm authority. Nobody recognized him, and that's how he liked it. He took his seat 3A by the window, sipping black coffee and reviewing the proposal on his tablet. Around him, suited executives chatted loudly, some already annoyed by a minor delay. Nothing unusual, until she boarded. Blonde, confident, and entitled, she glanced at his seat, narrowed her eyes, and marched straight over. Something in the air changed. Miles looked up, and everything about his trip was about to shift. The following 5 minutes would make headlines. Around the world. She stopped in front of him, eyebrows raised high. "You're in my seat," she said flatly, holding up her ticket like a badge of superiority. Miles smiled politely, checked his boarding pass, and replied with a calm, "This is 3A. But she didn't move, didn't recheck hers. She just scoffed, looked around for support, and loudly declared, "I'm sure there's been a mistake. First class is assigned. He needs to move." The surrounding passengers grew quiet. One attendant hurried over. She leaned toward Miles, eyes unsure. "Sir, could I see your boarding pass?" He handed it over without hesitation. The attendant's face shifted, embarrassment flickering in her eyes. "This is correct," she said quietly. "He's in the right seat." But the woman wouldn't let it go. "He must have been upgraded by accident," she muttered. "These things happen." The tension rose like cabin pressure. People looked away, awkward, unsure. Miles didn't argue. He didn't raise his voice. He stood up, picked up his tablet, and nodded. "You can have it." He moved to the galley area and remained there, silent. The woman smirked as she slid into the seat, crossing her legs triumphantly. But then the flight attendant received a call, a brief whisper, a widened eye. The pilot paused boarding. 5 minutes later, passengers were stunned by an announcement that made jaws drop. Flight 842 was grounded, indefinitely. A voice crackled over the intercom, calm, controlled, but firm. "Ladies and gentlemen, due to an urgent operational issue, this flight has been delayed. Please disembark and return to the gate." Confused murmurs erupted. Miles hadn't said a word, but his assistant, already tracking the situation from the terminal, knew what to do. With one message, the airline's top executives were alerted. The woman in 3A looked around, confused. Then a uniformed officer approached her. "Ma'am, we need to speak with you." Only then did she learn the man she'd dismissed wasn't just a passenger. He was the airline's partner investor, the one who could, and just did, ground an entire fleet. Her face drained of color. Her seat? It came with a price. A lesson was about to be learned at 30,000 feet below. Dear audience, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to give it a like. It helps. The flight never took off that day. Every passenger was rebooked, except her. Her name was flagged. Her conduct is under investigation. Miles didn't file a complaint. He didn't need to. His silence had more power than her entitlement ever could. Back at corporate headquarters, a memo was sent. Respect is not optional, regardless of appearance. But the story didn't stay on the plane. It spread. Social media lit up. News outlets picked it up. A viral headline: White woman steals black CEO's seat. He grounds the airline 5 minutes later. And somewhere in boardrooms and break rooms, people began to think twice. Because racism doesn't always shout. It often whispers. And when the wrong person listens, the consequences echo far louder. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos. Take care.